You know, we've said it before, and quite emphatically, that we were done talking about Snow White and its disastrous run at the box office. We closed the chapter, it was finished, put a fork in it, it was toast. A colossal flop of historic proportions. And yet somehow, the Walt Disney Company managed to drag it back into the spotlight with a Mother's Day move so baffling, so gloriously ill-conceived, it begs to be talked about. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Pro Channel. It's a beautiful Monday here in sunny USA, and we're thrilled to have you with us. Thanks for stopping by the studio where we don't just report today's news, we bring you tomorrow's headlines. Today, we're turning our attention back to Snow White. Yes, that Snow White. The one we all thought had taken its final bow. We genuinely believed Disney had put this behind them, but instead, they decided to go out with a bang. A spectacularly ill-fated finale that defies belief. You're going to want to see the numbers. This is something else. Let's begin with what Disney thought they were doing, according to World of Real reporting on May 9th. Here's the scoop. Disney decided to re-release Snow White in more than 200 theaters across the US this past weekend. Yes, you heard that correctly. They brought back Snow White, starring Rachel Zegler. Did you know about this re-release? No? Well, if that's news to you, hit that like button so others aren't left in the dark too. This move was reportedly aimed at capturing the Mother's Day crowd. But really, out of all the beloved classics in Disney's vault, they chose this? We don't know how much Disney shelled out for this re-release, but one would assume it wasn't free. They clearly put money on the table in the hopes of salvaging something from this disaster. So, how did that work out? According to a fresh report from The Telegraph, hosted by Yahoo Entertainment, Disney did the unthinkable. They managed to make Snow White flop even harder the second time around. This wasn't just another stumble. This was a faceplant into the pavement. Hi-ho, it's back to flop we go, as they say. After Snow White completely bombed back in March, Disney brought it back for a second shot in US theaters. This was their Hail Mary, hoping the arrival of the summer blockbuster season might somehow breathe new life into the film. In theory, you can kind of understand the logic. Marvel's cinematic universe is crawling back with thunderbolts, and maybe, just maybe, Disney thought Snow White and her awkward CGI dwarf pals could follow suit. But how did that work out? Well, let's quote one source from Yahoo, user KingFreak49, and hats off to them, because even being featured on Yahoo Entertainment, they racked up a whopping 3 likes, which, if anything, speaks volumes about Yahoo's viewership. KingFreak49 posted, "Snow White didn't flop hard enough the first time. They reissued it. Show starting in 15 minutes has 0 tickets sold. The next 2 shows have 1 ticket sold combined. Let that sink in." That's not just bad, that's catastrophic. Let's dig into the hard numbers. After adding Snow White back into over 2,200 theaters, boosting the total to around 1,330, the film managed to pull in an average of just $252 per screen. You read that right. That's per theater, not per showing. In total, Disney's Snow White made an embarrassingly low $335,000. That's it, all weekend. And this, mind you, was supposed to push it past the $100 million domestic milestone. Not even close. For comparison, Captain America, Brave New World, which did not get a re-release and was only playing in 75 theaters, earned over $1,000 per screen. That's 4 times what Snow White pulled in. The math is brutal. Disney could have saved money by not showing the movie at all. The operational costs, cleaning, projection, lighting, staffing, probably cost more than the revenue it generated. So, why, you ask, did Disney do it? Why spend money to put this bomb back in theaters? The answer may lie in their upcoming streaming release. According to Radio Times, in a piece published May 7th titled, "How to Watch Disney's Live-Action Snow White." Is it streaming yet? Disney's trying to pivot quickly. While showings are dwindling, the digital release hits on May 13th. That's tomorrow. It'll be available to rent or buy on platforms like Prime Video, Google Play, and Sky Store, complete with bonus features like sing-alongs, deleted scenes, bloopers, and behind-the-scenes footage. Though frankly, one might argue the entire film is a blooper reel. Disney has humiliated its leading lady Rachel Zegler and tarnished its most iconic princess in a way that's truly unprecedented. This isn't just a flop, it's a legendary failure, made worse by a last-ditch attempt to save face that backfired spectacularly. It's clear what Disney was trying to do. They wanted to cross that $100 million mark, one last push before the film hit digital, but instead they flopped harder than ever, and it's downright embarrassing. This is the price of ignoring your audience, of doubling down on choices that clearly didn't resonate. And yet, don't expect Disney to come out and say, "We messed up." They won't. You won't hear an apology. Not for hiring Zegler, not for the CGI dwarves, not for their creative missteps. They'll just move on, bury this, and quietly hope you forget forget. They'll pivot to Lilo and Stitch, to their next live-action attempt, and try again. But make no mistake, they've learned something here, even if they'll never publicly admit it, because this was humiliating. And that's your video for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. We hope you got some insight, had a few laughs, and learned a little along the way. Do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, ring the bell, and drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear what you think. And don't forget, our pro show goes live tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern. If you're watching this on Monday, May 12th, we've got a great show lined up. We'll be talking about the shift in the atmosphere due to the new US-China trade agreement and how that's affecting Hollywood's media spin cycles. You don't want to miss it. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep having fun. And for those tired of clickbait, drama, and the usual fraud-filled news cycle, we've got something better coming. That Park Place YouTube channel. Just 5 to 6 minute news hits. No fluff, no drama, just facts. It's launching soon. Make sure you're subscribed so you can help us stick it to the algorithm. You think we're joking? Nope, it's happening. Hallelujah. Oh my.